Yo, what's up, family? Long time no see. Yeah, that's gonna be the title of this one right here. Long time no see. Very familiar, right? You've heard that quite often, right? Especially when you run into an old acquaintance, an old friend, especially an old family member you haven't seen in a long time, right? We say those common words. Hey, girl, long time no see. Yo, what's up, boy? Yo, long time no see. How you been? See, now that's all wonderful when you ain't seen somebody in a long time and you can have a real conversation. But that's the whole point of doing this video right here. How a lot of people have lost that art of having a real conversation, especially when it's somebody you haven't seen in a long time. Watch this. I'm gonna touch on exactly what I'm talking about. How many times you've seen or you might have been a victim of this here? Let's say, like I got a buddy of mine. We all know he was the man in basketball back in the days. You know, when he was 16, 17, 18, 14. Everybody know he was the man. Why is it now, he's 50-something years old, he done put on weight, you know, he like this now. But when he run into an old acquaintance that ain't seen him in 30 years or something, you know what they do when they approach him? They approach him like this. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? Yo, man, yo, you still playing ball? Yo, you still playing that basketball? Yo, man, do it look like I'm playing basketball? Man, I got 2 hip surgeries. I got a back problem. Man, you over here talking about something playing damn basketball. Man, get the hell away from me talking about that basketball. You know, it's silly. It's silly how some people really don't know how to have a real conversation because they're not using common sense. We understand you know this guy from basketball, but see, people forget that was 35 years ago. So when you see me now, the first thing out your mouth is, do I still play basketball? I'm 55 years old now. What's wrong with you? How about you females? How many times you ran into an old acquaintance of yours you ain't seen in, like I said, 30, 40 years, whatever, right? Last time you seen this person, y'all was 16, right? Now you run into this girl and she see you, here you is 54 years old, right? And the first thing out of her mouth is, hey, what's up, Keisha? How you been? Oh my God. Yo, you still out there fighting girls all the time? Cause you used to be fighting all the time, girl. What? Girl, I'm 54 years old. I'm a grandma. Do it look like I'm out here fighting? I don't even believe you asked that silly old self that I'm out here fighting. Girl, you crazy. See, this, it'd be like, yo, some people can't let go of the past because that's all they know. See, they don't know how to have a mature conversation. Now, this ain't no diss to nobody. It's actually humorous. But what I am saying is, long time no see. Just take a page out of my book, what I'm saying. No, yeah, you know that person from playing football, but don't approach them every time you see them go, yo, what's up? Yo, still playing that football, boy? Yo, you used to be the man back in the day. Yo, man, I'm 50-something years old. You look like I'm playing football. Like I said, man, I got a bunion. I got back surgery. You over here talking about, wait, man, that was 35 years ago. Here's how you handle stuff like that. Long time no see. Whatever happened to simple conversations like this? Hey, yo, man, long time no see. How you been, man? I'm glad I ran into you, man. This was cool, man. You know what? I was thinking about coming to the store. Someone was telling me this. Now I could do it later, but I'm glad I got up because I ran into you. How you been, man? I know you got kids about now. I know you got kids, man. You probably married, whatever, man. What's going on? Tell me something new, man. Tell me something new, man. What's going on in your life, man? I already know about all the stuff we used to do. That was funny. But what you doing with yourself now, man? Tell me something good, man. I need a high. I need a natural high, man. I know you got it for me. What you got for me, man? What you been up to, man? How's your kids, man? I know, how many kids you got? You got a bunch of kids? What they doing, man? You probably got them doing greater than you was, right? See? Lift them up. Make them, put them on a hook, as I love to say. You know, I know your kids as great as you was, because you was great. Back in the days at basketball, football, baseball, whatever it was. As great as you was, man, I know you got your kids doing better than you was. See? Who don't want to hear that their kids is doing, they making it so their kids doing better than they was? That's our whole purpose in life to some degree. You know what I'm saying? Know how to have real conversations, such as, hey, what's up, girl? How you been? Long time no see. Wow, this was so nice, man. I'm glad I came to this grocery store because I ran into you. Girl, you looking beautiful. What you been up to? Have you ran into any old friends of ours that we went to school with? Tell me something good, girl. Tell me something about, you remember Michelle? Yo, oh my gosh, yo, she got her own clothing line, this and that. She works on the radio or whatever. Did you know that? Oh, she wrote a book or whatever. You know, tell me something. Give me a natural high. Tell me something positive. But you can't keep bringing up the old stuff like as if we ain't got past that. You know what I'm saying? Even the people, I hate to say this one here, but come on, y'all know what I'm talking about. When it comes to church, you got some people, they can't get rid of that church element state of mind. They're running to an old acquaintance, and instead of them having a real conversation, like how you doing, what you been up to, how many kids you got now, I know you're married, you still live in the same state, yo, or same town, tell me something new. They'll say stuff like this: hey, how you doing? Hey man, I would love to invite you to my church. We have a men's recital where the men, we all get together and we talk about this and that. Man, I would love it if you come to my church. Hey girl, oh girl, I would love to invite you to my church, girl. We have a women's night where the women, we get together where you get time away from your kids. We all set it up where everybody get time away from their kids and their men, and it just be all women, girl, and we get together. Now that's all cool, but if you mean to tell me every time I see you, everything is always church, 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 you tend to shun people. You tend to make people go, come on. Every time I run into her, it's always church, like as if that's the only thing going on in the world. It makes your conversation so mundane. And as always, you know I love to give you a word of the day because we want to broaden that vocabulary. Mundane just simply means tedious. But a real easy one, boring. Boring. When every time I'm talking to you, it's always church, church, church. Like you don't have no real conversation. You don't know how. We mature now. You should be able to have an abundance of conversation. Watch this. I'm just throwing up the top of my head. How you doing, girl? What you been up to, girl? I'm glad I ran into you. Man, this is one. You know, I ran into Michelle the other day. Girl, it's funny. We was talking about you. Girl, you used to get the greatest grades in school. So I know you're doing something great now. I know you probably got your kids doing something great because you was always great. You know, girl, oh, I don't know if you still live in this town, but you know, they having a parade down at the Sunset. I hope you're gonna be there, girl. I would love to run into you again. You know, simple things. You could go on and on about so many things uplifting someone. Who don't like compliments? Tell her or him how great it was running into them. How great, how healthy they look. How you knew they was going to turn out to be something great. You'll have that person when you telling them all great stuff, because who don't like compliments? When you be telling such great stuff other than mundane, boring things all the time, you telling somebody how great they look, how great they have came out, how you knew what they used to do, but look how you turned out. Man, you turned out wonderful. Matter of fact, I know your kids is doing this. When you saying so much positive stuff, trust me, that person gonna be looking for you next time, because who don't like compliments? Learn how to have real conversations with people, opposed to turning people off, whereas every time I see you, you keep bringing up about, do I play basketball anymore? And that was 35 years ago. Do I play football anymore? Am I still out here fighting? You know how silly that sound when you approach, girl, you still be out here fighting? Girl, I ain't 16 no more, I'm a grandma. What's wrong with you? See, that's all I'm saying. Learn how to have real conversations, opposed to always being such a mundane conversation. As I said, mundane, simply put, it just means boring, tedious, you know, dull. Like, oh man, every time you know how that would sound. Now someone got to explain that, yo man, I ran into Tony today, and man, it's crazy. Every time I run into this guy, all he talk about is how I used to play basketball 35 years ago. Man, this guy, he don't have no real conversation. See, he give me a mundane conversation. Yo, guess what, man? I'm sorry. I ran into Lisa, man. This is another female. I ran into Lisa. You know, every time I run into Lisa, she's still talking about, do I still be out here fighting? You know, am I out here still scamming people like I used to do when I was 16? I'm 54 years old. See? This how they is. Not that they want to talk ill about you, but it make them be like, hey, man, they ain't grew up yet. They still talking about stuff we did when we was 35. So don't have a mundane conversation. Have an inspiring conversation. When you run into that old acquaintance, learn to use compliments as advice. Who don't like compliments? Put them on the hook by telling them how great it was to run into them. How you hope to run into them again. Have they ran into any old acquaintances or family members that you could tell me something positive about them? And when they get caught up in there, that's how you put them on the hook. Force them to say something positive. Remember years ago, babe, one of my nephews was like that. Every time I see him, I'll be like, yo, what's up? You know, whatever. You know, I would go, yo, man, what's up, man? What you up to? This would be his answer. Nothing, just chilling. So I'm like, yo, this guy's funny. Next time I see him, I'm like, yo, man, what's going on, man? How you been, man? His answer, nothing, just chilling. See, mundane. Third time I see him, I ain't seen him in a couple weeks. Yo, man, what's up, man? How you doing, man? What's up with you, man? What's going on? Nothing, just chill. But then I said, see, I'm gonna get this joker. I'm gonna put him on the hook, like I said. Make him accountable to say something positive. So now, the next time I ran into him, I was like, yo, man, what's up, man? How you been, man? What's up? And before you say nothing, not just chilling, say something different than that. And then he said, oh, yo, come on, yo, you funny, man. I said, nah, man, tell me something positive that's going on in your life and do not say nothing, just chilling. And sure enough, he was stuck. He was like Ralph Cramden. He was like, it really took him a while. See, I was forcing him to say something positive. And it took him a while, but then eventually he told me about how he joining this new team, this other team that he was on. And yeah, man, we be getting up early, man. We gotta run these drills. I said, see, there you go, man. I had to force it out of him though. Because see, he was giving me mundane answers. Dull, boring, tedious. He's giving me these boring answers all the time. Not thinking to use his brain. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say to any and all of y'all watching this here. Next time you run into that old friend, acquaintance, or family member, after you say, long time no see, force them to say something positive. You say positive stuff to them to uplift them. And together you're uplifting each other. And before you know it, y'all have more than a mundane conversation. Boring, dull, tedious. You'll have an inspiring conversation. You'll actually look for one another again. Think about it. Peace.